is there a possibility of a stricter lockdown than the one that we're already experiencing?
Today, with 65,000 plus reporting every day, the state of Maharashtra is under severe problem. And we don't have beds. We will have issues with oxygen. But as a member of the task force, the meeting, I'm telling you, very cogent thoughts have come into play. We are not only talking about getting oxygen from outside, we are also talking about making oxygen here, getting plants, and that will be happening soon. I mean, the government has been responsive. Then let me tell you about the beds. You see, there again, there's a greed. The people are trying to snatch up even when they are not required. If you are not if you are asymptomatic, things are not going so bad. With 96 oxygen, I think you could probably still be staying home. I have been catering to requests where people are saying it may go down. I mean, but there are people who are actually at 80, the people who are at 70 who really need the hospital beds today. So what the government is thinking is to probably also have a second stage hospitals, which probably are lesser equipped. But for people who are who are already recovered, they are not leaving beds. You see, this is where the greed is. I mean, you don't want to leave the bed even though you're okay. So I think the government is still planning, and I think you will see it in very soon to come that we will have second grade hospitals where people who have slightly recovered are moved, even though as long as they want to. And lastly, this time, particularly in the lockdown, what I've heard, and I was just one of the members, we are taking care of all the citizens in the sense the grocery shops will remain open. Mostly they will remain open. The public transport, which it was there, will be allowed. Uh, One of my suggestions was to have even the private transport allowed, but I do not know. I have not seen the order yet. But I can tell you the government is responsive enough, and you think we have to be thinking so deep that we should have our own oxygen plants. And some of the people on the panel were very well informed, and they are actually planning that. And that will be first in the state that we start doing it, because getting it from some eastern states is very costly. So that's what we are doing. The plans are afoot. Yeah. Yes.
When are we likely to hear or see that government order on the lockdown in Maharashtra?
I think Maharashtra government has a lot of respect for Gudi Padwa, so we were waiting for this to happen. But that's a hunch. Yeah, I think after the Gudi Padwa should happen, but the government has through media given sufficient notice, and this is what
Yes.
we have done this time. And I think the chief secretary was very concerned that we should give people time so that it should not come as a shock. And you are not getting a shock. You've been fed this information for some time that we are going for lockdown. And lockdown is essential because you see the number of beds not there and people getting panicky and people are rushing from one district to another. Uh, and policemen cannot really. I mean, I've told my cops, and through this interview, if it goes wherever it is, I'm telling my cops, look, people have a right in this country to move freely. And if they are going for a medical emergency, just because your beds are full, you do not stop them and get the blame of that person dying because we did not allow him to go to Pune or we didn't allow him to go to another district where he thinks that there would be beds. Look, this is a very sad situation. So I am actually telling my people, and I will be communicating directly, saying that no stoppage of medical emergency people. If there are no beds, they find nothing in Pune. That's their very sad luck, and that's bad. That's for us because the infrastructure was not ready and is not ready. But yeah, so
So you're
we are
saying
responsible.
if someone needs a hospital bed and they decide to go out of Pune to another city in search of that hospital bed, they should be allowed to make that movement. So
That's
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 actually
my that's my suggestion. I mean, that's
so,
my
so
suggestion.
that brings me to ask the question, Mr. Pandey. In this lockdown that we're likely to see after Gudi Padwa in the state of Maharashtra, will there be movement allowed between intercity and interstate? So will people be able to still fly into Mumbai if they need to? Will people be able to drive out to say, Nasik or Nagpur? Will that still be allowed, or will it be a full lockdown?
I cannot prejudge what the government is doing,
Okay.
but I can tell you this that I don't think flying in and flying out is within what the state can do. It's basically the central government, civil aviation is not part of the state list subject.
Yes.
As far as the inter-district and intra-district thing goes, which is very much part of our government, and I think the plans are to have restrictions, but restrictions which are reasonable. Reasonable in the sense that at least you should have an RT-PCR test and produce that and go. I personally have said that there should not be any pass issues here, because the passes become even more further nonsense. I mean, the problem is that where do you get the passes, and then who all checks it? And then there are basic people who make fake passes out of sheer anxiety. So that will, between the states also, the same thing, same rule should apply, that you should have a RT-PCR certificate and should be able to. But look, this is not the government policy. This is something which was discussed. You will have to wait for it.